Welcome to Friday Flow. All we're going to be doing today is using some ankle weights for our class. I rolled up the ankle weights kind of to make them like hand weights to begin. I'm using just some 2-pound ones. You can go a little lighter, a little heavier, of that, whatever feels good for you. Once you've got your weights set, you're going to start lying down on the mat. Knees bent. You're going to have your feet flat on the mat. Arms long beside you. We're going to go just for a few breaths here to get your core warmed up. Taking a deep inhale. And exhale. Another deep breath. And exhale. Beautiful. Another deep breath, letting your rib cage expand. And this time, as you exhale, feel those front ribs drawing in towards each other, kind of like they're being stitched together. Keep them knitted, and as you inhale, breathe into the sides and back of your ribs. And exhale, wrapping that waist further in. Good. We're going to do 3 more breaths. Each inhale going further to the back of your ribs. Each exhale wrapping that waist in. 4, 2. Last one. After that last breath, you can have your hands in a diamond shape with your thumbs on your belly button, fingers on your pubic bone. Take a quick peek down. Make sure that you've got your thumbs and index fingers in the same plane. Don't let your index fingers come up higher than your thumb. That's going to let you know that you're already tucked. Find your neutral spine here so you've got a little bit of space between that low back and your mat. Inhaling into your belly. And exhale, belly button naturally sinks away from your thumbs. Another deep breath. And this time, as you exhale, with intention, draw your belly button further down towards your spine, flattening those low abs. Inhaling into your belly. Exhale, drawing that belly button even further in. Inhale. And on this next exhale, you're going to draw that belly button so far in that your pelvis tucks, your low back curls down and presses against the mat. Inhale, you rock back into neutral. Exhale, tuck. Feeling your pubic bone drawing up and in towards your face. And come back to neutral. 2 more like this. Final one. And come right back to neutral. From here, you're going to grab onto those weights, holding them in your hands. Reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling, making sure you've got your hands lined up with your shoulders. They're not too far back or too far forward. Straight up to the ceiling. You're going to plug your shoulders in. Excellent. And from here, let your arms move back. And then press down towards your mat. Bring them just to a hover, about an inch or so above that mat, and then reach your arms back up overhead. Exhale, arms press. When your arms go up overhead, don't let your rib cage flare open like this, creating even more extension in that low back. You want to keep your ribs heavy, keep those front ribs knitted together so your abs are working here to support you. Exhale, arms press down. And on this next one, you're going to add a curl up. Press your arms down, tuck your chin, curling up, keeping those low abs nice and flat. And then inhale, reach your arms back up overhead, rest your head down. We're going to do 7 more like this. Nice and steady. You're only curling up to the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, not too high. You want to feel your arms reaching long away from you so that we're using your abs instead of your neck flexor muscles for this movement. We've got 4 more. Three. Last 2. And on this next one, you're going to hold that curl. Keep your arms reaching long away from you. Keep your belly button drawing in towards your spine and tiny pull upper down, up and down for 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, holding it here. We're going to go for the first half or 100. So you're going to flutter your arms up and down, breathing in for 5, and then exhaling for 5. Inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your hands reaching long away from you. Curling up a tiny inch higher. We got just 20 seconds left. Inhaling for 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest back down. Nice deep breath. Beautiful. From here, you're going to bring your right leg into tabletop. Left leg comes up to meet it. You're going to reach your arms up overhead. Again, just reach your arms up straight to the ceiling. Good. Arms reach overhead. And then arms come back down. We're going to build onto this slowly. So again, you want to make sure that as your arms go overhead, you're not letting your rib cage flare open. That way you're keeping your core engaged, keeping your low back supported. And as your arms press down, can you send your right leg out long in a diagonal? Drawing that leg back in as your arms come back up. And then switch. Arms press down, left leg goes long. Leg draws in, arms come up. Really nice. Going super slow and steady. I want you to imagine that you're moving through honey. So it's all super sticky, super slow. That way we're allowing your muscles to really linger in the movement. And if this feels good, we're going to start adding a curl up. Next time you press your arms down and curl up, send your right leg out long. Draw that leg back in, arms come up and your head rests. Arms press down, curl up, left leg goes long. Drawing that leg back in and resting as your arms come overhead. So here, the lower you send your leg, the more challenging it's going to be for your core. Find a spot that feels manageable, but still challenging. So you can hold it for the next 6 reps to each side. Beautiful. Four, 5. Excellent. We've got 4. Don't let your knees come in towards your chest. Keep them just above your hips when they're bent. 3 more to each side. 2, and next time you send your right leg long, you're going to hold it there. Keep your arms reaching long. Keep your chest lifted if that feels good for you. You're going to lower your leg down an inch and up an inch. Down and up. Again, the lower your core. Just make sure that your pelvis isn't shifting back and forth here with that leg. It's staying super steady, keeping your low back safe, keeping your core engaged. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curl up a tiny inch higher. Bring that right leg in. Left leg goes out long. Same thing here. Lower down an inch. Up, down, up. Don't let your chest sink down. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw that leg back in, arms come up, rest your head back. Nice deep breath here. We got one last variation. You're gonna glue your legs together. If you know your hip flexors tend to be a little sensitive here, you can always have your legs in a froggy shape. So your heels together, toes apart in that Pilates V, knees just slightly out to the side. Good. From here, reach your arms back up towards the ceiling, legs in tabletop, again glued together or in frog. You're going to reach your arms back as you inhale. Exhale, arms press down. Again, we're going to slowly build onto this. If this feels good, as your arms press down, send both legs out long. Slowly drawing them back in as your arms come up overhead. Legs go long. And back in. Again, the lower those legs go, the harder it is for your abs. And if this feels good, we're going to start adding that curl up. Arms press down, curl up, and both legs go long. 4, 6. 5. 3. Really glue those legs together so your inner thighs are engaging, helping you feel your low abs turn on even more. And on this next one, you're going to hold your legs out long. Hold that curl up if it feels good for you. We're going to go for the last half of our 100. So fluttering your arms up and down, tiny inches. Inhaling for 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Just 3 more breaths here to go. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come up a tiny inch higher. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it here. Come up a tiny inch higher. Reach those legs out longer if that feels good for you. And then slowly come back down, drawing your knees in towards your chest. You can just rock from side to side. Nice deep breath. Reach your legs out long. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. We're going to slowly roll up to sitting. Reach your arms up overhead. Inhale, and as you exhale, arms press down. You tuck your chin, and you slowly roll all the way back up. Once you're sitting, we're going to grab those ankle weights and place them around your ankles. Make sure they're nice and snug so they won't kind of like move around once we start going. And once you have them on, we're going to come on to all fours. You want to have your forearms down to begin. Make sure you've got your elbows just underneath your shoulders. You're going to have your elbows again about as wide as yours too. Knees underneath your hips. Good. You're going to draw those lower abs in towards your spine and press into your forearms just gently lifting your chest away from the floor so we're not sinking in your shoulders. Once you have all of that set, you're going to just straighten your right leg, reaching it long, and then bend it back in. Just your right leg. Good. So for this, I want you to think more about reaching long rather than lifting up high. You want to feel like your heel is trying to reach to the end of the room, creating length in that hamstring and getting the lift to come from your thigh muscle instead of lifting that leg up too high, forcing your low back to crunch down. We're going to do 6 more. 3, 2, hold on this last one, lower that leg down, and lift it up. Down, maybe gently tapping your toes on the floor, and then squeezing your glute, lifting that leg up and reaching it long. Again, so we're getting your butt to do the work here instead of going into your low back. Keep pressing into your forearms. 4, 7. We've got 5. 3, 2. Hold up in this last one, tiny pulses, pulsing an inch up, again squeezing from that butt, 4, 6, and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, hold it long. We're going to rainbow those legs. So you're going to tap your toes off to the left side of the mat. Rainbow your leg up and over, tapping your toes off to the right side of the mat. Keep going like this from side to side. We want to have as much control as possible in this movement, so don't let your pelvis shift with you. Keep it steady. You're keeping balance between your left knee and right elbow so that your entire chest doesn't move, and we get this work to come from your butt and your hips. 4, 5 more to each side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Once or even down to the right. You're going to bring that right knee back in. Nice deep breath. Readjust yourself if you need to. We're going to do everything on the left side. Draw those low abs in, press into your forearms, and you're going to reach that left leg out long and bend it back in. Left leg out long and back in. Really nice. Going here for 7. Again, thinking about length rather than height. Feel like someone's trying to pull that heel away from you. 4, 4. 2. And hold it out long here. Letting that left leg lower down and lift back up. Lower and lift. Keeping your pelvis nice and steady. Again, don't let it rock. Maybe you can tap your toes down on the floor and then really squeeze your glutes to draw that leg back up. Making sure it doesn't go too high. Last 5. Keep pressing into your forearms. 4, 3, 2. Hold it out long, really nice. And tiny pulses. Up, up, up. Squeezing that butt. Think about pressing up with your heel. Going here for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold it on this last one. Reach that leg out long. Tap your toes off to the right side of the mat. Rainbow your legs up and over, tapping your toes off to the left side of the mat. Rainbow, tap, and rainbow, tap. 4, 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one on each side. Once you're evened out to the left, draw that leg back in. Really nice. We're going to come on to all fours, so you have your hands down this time underneath your shoulders. Knees are still underneath your hips. Nice deep breath. We're going to just alternate lifting one limb at a time. Reach your right arm long and bring it back down. Left arm long and bring it back down. Right leg and left leg. Good. We're going to do this 3 more times to each limb. I want you to think about pressing into the heel of your palm, lifting your chest away, also pressing a little deeper by the pinky side of your hands, keeping your collarbone nice and wide. And then again, when you reach your leg out, think about reaching long rather than high up. That's going to get your hamstrings and glutes to do the work instead of your low back. Keep drawing those lower abs in towards your spine. We're going to do 1 more to each limb. And now we're going to start combining those 2 movements. So right arm with left leg. Again, feel like your fingertips and your toes are reaching long away. And then back down, switching sides. Left arm, right leg. You want to go at your own pace here, making sure that when you switch from side to side, we're not letting shifts happen in your core, like your hips or shoulders. You're trying to keep them as steady as possible so that we really know your core is engaged and supporting you here. And we're going to do just 5 more to each side. Again, going at your own pace. Reaching your arm and leg long away from each other to maintain length in your spine. We've got 4. 3. 2. And when you reach your arm, right arm long, left leg long, hold it there. You're going to open your right arm and left leg an inch out and in, creating this windshield wiper motion. You want to make sure that you have your left bicep shining forward so you have an external rotation of your arm. So you have the pointy part of your elbow pointing back towards your leg. You're still pressing into that left hand and lifting your chest away so we're not sinking into that shoulder, but using your core for support there too. Last 4. 3. 2. 1. And switching sides. Reach your left arm long, right leg long, and open and close. Tiny inch here. It's not a very big movement. Again, keeping that right bicep shining forward, right pointy part of your elbow reaching back towards your leg. Pressing into that hand, lifting your chest away for 5. 4. 3. 2. After that last one, Beautiful. Bring it down. Nice deep breath. You're going to keep both hands down on the mat. Reach your left leg out long. Again, keep that heel reaching away from you. We're going to go for a little tricep push-up here. So you're going to bend your elbows. Let your chest lower down. And then lift back up. You're keeping that leg in line with your spine. So it's only lifting as we pivot in that right hip and your chest lowers. You're keeping a balance of weight between your left hand and your right knee for these last 5. And 4. Don't let that leg sink down or go too high up. 4, 3. 2. Hold it down here on this last one. Can you do little tiny pulses with that left leg? 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Come back up. Bring that left leg down. And now we get to do it on the right side. So bring your right leg out long. Again, keeping it in line with your spine. We're going to pivot on that left hip as we go for that tricep push-up. Chest lowers down, right leg lifts, but see how it stays in line with my spine. Don't let it go too high or too low. Keep the crown of your head and leg reaching long away from each other. Going here for these last 6. Also, don't let your right hip open up to the side. Think about that hip point reaching down towards the mat for these last 4. And 3. You're bending those elbows back in space, keeping them narrowed in by your waist. 4, 2. And holding it down on this last one. Hold it, tiny pulse with that right leg up. 4, 5, and 4. Last 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Straighten your arms. Then you can bring your right knee down. Nice deep breath and go into a child's pose here. You're going to come up. We're going to take those ankle weights off once more. Close them back up so you can use them as those hand weights. Beautiful. And then from here, you're going to lie back down on your back. Find that nice neutral. You're going to bring your right leg to tabletop. Left leg comes up to meet it. And reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Again, let your shoulders sink in towards your shoulder socket. Keep your collarbones nice and wide. We're going to do that same single leg, single limb motion that we just did on all 4s. Reaching your right arm long. And bring it back up. Left arm long. Back up. Right leg. And left leg. Trying to move nice and slow so that we've got control the entire time of this movement. More times to each limb. Last 3. Two. One. Hold your legs in tabletop, reach both arms back, and as you exhale, reach your arms forward and down, coming up into your curl up. You're going to hold your curl up there, reach those arms back up. This time we're combining both movements. So right arm with left leg. left arm, right leg. If holding the curl up here as we do this does not feel good, you can always just rest your head back down. It's going to feel like just as much ab work doing it this way as it is with the curl up. And we're going to do 5 more to each side. Keeping your shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Don't let them hike up. For 3. 2. On this next one, keep that right arm long, left leg long. Open it out an inch and in, out an inch and in. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Hold that left arm, right leg, opening out an inch and in, out an inch and in. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can bring your knees into your chest. Rest your arms down here for breath. We got one last variation. Good. Reach your arms back up. Legs are going to come into tabletop. And if it feels good for you, reach your arms back and curl up. Holding it here. Reach your arms back up to the ceiling, holding that curl. This time you're going to send both arms and legs out and draw them back in. Both arms and legs out, draw them back in. Again, if it feels more comfortable to start off with your head down, see how that feels. If it feels good and you want to add the challenge, you can add that curl up. Keeping your chest lifted if it feels good for you. And we're going to make these a little bit more intense. So you're going to come up a tiny inch higher, bring your knees in towards your chest, and then reach your arms back, legs long, curl down halfway. Curling up, bring your knees into your chest as your arms come down towards your ankles, and then reach your legs long, arms long, coming down halfway with your chest. 4, 6, and 5. 4, 2, 1. Hold your arms and leg out here. Lower your chest down if that feels better. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring your knees in. Nice deep breath. You can rock from side to side. Reach your legs out long once more. Arms up toward the ceiling. Inhale as your arms reach back overhead. We're going to roll up to sitting. Exhale, tuck your chin, arms lower, and you roll all the way back up. Excellent. Those ankle weights are once more going to go around your ankles. And once you have them set, we're going to come up to standing. So here you want to make sure you've got your feet about hip width apart. Nice deep breath. Make sure you're kind of somewhere towards the center of the mat. We're going to start with your left leg going back into this reverse lunge. Press into your right heel, lean your chest slightly forward to come back up. Only your left leg goes back. Trying to bend your right knee just above your ankle, keeping that left knee underneath your left hip. We're going to do 8 more. Making sure again that you're pressing to stand with that right heel. So we're using your hamstring and your right glute to come back up instead of just using your left quad. Last 4. 2. Hold it back on this last one. Make sure that you have your left knee hovering about an inch or so off the mat. Lean your chest slightly forward. Tiny pulse with that right leg. Up an inch and down. Up an inch and down. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up here on this last one. You're going to straighten that left leg and then bend it. Left leg straightens and bends here. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten that right leg. Nice deep breath. You're going to bend that right knee once more. Lean your chest forward. And you're going to lift your left leg off, leaning your chest forward. Tap your left toes down as your chest lifts. So again, that same pivoting that we did with those tricep push-ups, we're doing, but this time using your butt for more control. Keep your chest and that left leg in line with each other. Leaning forward and tapping back down. Forward and back down. 4, 6. Can you press a little bit more with the inside of your right arch? 4. This does not have to be a very big movement for you to feel a lot of work in that right butt. 2. And on this next one, you're going to hold that lean forward. Keep that left leg lifted. Tiny pulse with that left leg. Up an inch. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Can you pulse it down an inch with your right leg? Up an inch. Down an inch and up. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Almost fell. And then carefully come back up. Nice deep breath. Shake that butt off. You're going to carefully come back down to all fours before we switch sides. You're going to have your hands on the mat right underneath your shoulders. Knees underneath your hips. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, tuck your toes on the mat. Draw those low abs up and in towards your spine. And you're going to exhale and hover your knees off. Holding it here for 10 seconds. Keep pressing into the pinky side of your hands. Keep your collarbones wide so we're not arching your spine, but feeling the crown of your head and tailbone reach long away from each other. Inhale to slowly lower your knees back down. And exhale, lift back up. Holding it for 10 seconds. 4, 2, and 1. Inhale, lower your knees back down. We're going to do this 4 more times. Exhale, pressing up. Knees hover. Beautiful. And slowly come down. Last 3. Exhale, knees hover. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down for an inhale. Exhale, last 2, holding it here for 10 seconds. 4, 5, 2, 1. Come down, last one here. Roll the shoulders back if you need to. Exhale, hover your knees. Beautiful. This time you're going to hold it here. Keep those low abs drawing up and in. You're going to reach your right leg out long and bring it back down. Left leg out long. Bring it back down. 4, 6. And 5. 4. If your wrists are bothering you here, you can always have your hands in fists, holding that punch down on the floor. Last one on each side. And then carefully come down, nice deep breath. Roll those shoulders back. Carefully come back up to standing. From here, we're gonna go for that standing leg work. This time your left leg will be the fixed leg, right leg will swing back. So once you have your feet set, take a deep inhale. And exhale, stepping back into that reverse lunge. Pressing into that left heel to come back up to standing. Back, making sure that left knee bends over your heel and ankle. And standing. Beautiful. Here we're going to do 6 more. Keep drawing those low abs in for 4. And 2. On this next one, you're going to hold that lunge back. Keep that right knee hovering about an inch off the mat. Pulses with that left leg. We're going to go down an inch and up. Down an inch and up for 6. 4. 2. Hold. Straighten that right leg. And then bend. Right leg straightens and bends, keeping your collarbones nice and wide, keeping your chest open, spine nice and long for 3, 4, 2, last one, carefully coming up, nice deep breath here. Find that lunge once more. You're going to soften that left knee. Make sure you've got everything nice and grounded. Keep your spine long. You're going to lean forward and lift that right leg. Right toes tap down, pivoting from that left butt as your chest lifts. Going here for 6. And 5. 4. 3. 2. Hold on this last one. Tiny pulses that right leg. Up an inch, 4, 5, and 4. Trying to keep as much weight in your left heel as you can. 4, 2. Hold it. Pulse with your left leg. Down an inch and up. Down an inch and up. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully come up. Pound that butt out. Nice deep breath. You're going to come back down. We're going to go for the last bit here. We're going to do a side plank. So for this one, you can have your knees bent. Go for a kneeling side plank if that feels good for you. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, you can have your legs nice and long. Good. So once you have your selection here, you've picked your poison, make sure you have your right forearm down, elbow underneath your shoulder, so it's not too far forward, not too far under you. Exhale, and press into your either knees or feet and your elbow, reaching that left hand up towards the ceiling. Start with little hip dips here. Nice and small. Keep pressing into that right forearm, lifting your chest away. 4, 4. 2. Last one. Excellent. You're going to straighten your left leg if you have your knees bent, and you're going to just lift that left leg up an inch and down. Up an inch and down. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Bring that leg down, rest down for 1 breath. Come back up for our last bit here. Pressing into your forearm, into your knees or feet. Left leg is nice and long. Reach that left arm forward overhead. You're gonna bend that knee and elbow in towards each other. And then reach out long. For 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest back down. We're gonna do everything on the other side. So again, choose either kneeling or straight leg. Again, straight legs is a bit more challenging. You're gonna have your left forearm right underneath your shoulder. Make sure you have your legs stacked. If you have your knees bent, make sure your knees are in line with your chest, with your spine, so your shins are going a little further back. And then once you're ready, come up. Reaching that right hand up towards the ceiling. We're starting with those little hip dips. Nice and slow. Keep them small so we've got control the entire time. You're pressing into that left forearm and lifting your chest away. 4, 4, 3, 2, hold it up here. Reach that right leg long. You're going to lift that leg up and down. Up and down. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up here, hold, and then carefully come back down. Nice deep breath. Last variation here. Carefully come up. You're gonna reach your right hand up and overhead. Right leg is lifted, and you're gonna bend your elbow to knee. 4, 7, and 5, 4, 3, 2, final 1, and carefully come back down. Whew. Nice deep breath. Okay, we are done with all the hard work. We're going to take those ankle weights off. Place them off to the side so they're out of your way. Beautiful. And from here, just come to a high kneel or sitting back on your heels if that feels good for you. Interlace your hands in front of your body, reaching your arms up. You're going to come up and over to the right side, finding some length in the left side of your waist. Back up to center. And side bending up and over to the left. Make sure you're not crunching in that left waist. You're still keeping it long. Imagine that you're trying to reach up and over a fence here. Creating a rainbow-like motion with your spine. Come back to center. You're going to interlace your hands behind your chest. And reach your arms long. Open your chest up towards the ceiling. Nice deep breath. You can let go. Coming down into your child's pose. You can have your knees a little wider here. Feel like your hands are reaching long away from you. Shift your weight from side to side on your hips to see how that changes the stretch. And you're going to reach your left arm underneath your right armpit, twisting your chest slightly open to the right side. Sit back into your heels a bit more. Maybe place a bit more weight shifted onto the left side, helping you find a deeper stretch in your deltoid and your lats. One more breath here. Coming back to center and switching sides. Reaching your right hand underneath that left armpit. Shifting your weight over onto your right hip. And come right back to center. You're going to lie down on your back. Cross your right ankle over that left knee. Hands behind your left thigh. You're going to pull your knee in towards your chest. Pull that left thigh in towards your chest. You can press your right knee away from you with your right elbow if that feels good for you. And you should feel a nice stretch in the outside of your right hip and that right butt. Exhale as you draw that thigh bone a little further in. Excellent. And then let your thigh go. Keep that ankle crossed over your left knee. Opening your arms out to a T. Let your knees sway over. Let your gaze turn to the left, finding a nice stretch in that low back. Come right back to center. Switch legs. Left ankle crosses over your right knee. Hands behind your right thigh. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, pulling that thigh bone further in, feel free to press your left knee away with your left elbow. Nice deep breath. And then let your hands go. Opening your arms out to a T. Keep your legs crossed. You're going to sway your knees over to the left. Gaze turn to the right. Coming right back to center. Uncross your legs. Carefully come up one last thing here. You're going to create this Z shape with your legs. So you're going to have your left knee bent with your left shin right in front of you. Right knee bent with that right shin off to your side. Should be parallel with the edge of the mat. Bring your left forearm down on the mat. And you're going to reach your right hand up and over. Reaching nice and long, creating length in that right side of your waist. Think about pressing your right hip down towards the mat. So we're finding even more length in that side. Breathing into your right rib cage. Right side of your rib cage. Coming back up. Switching sides. Right shin in front of you, left shin to your side, right forearm down. Reaching that left hand up and over. Nice length on that left side. Trying to weigh your left hip down, so we're finding even more length. Carefully coming up. You're going to butterfly your legs so you have the soles of your feet together, legs in that diamond shape. You can press your elbows into your knees, and as you exhale, press those knees down. Nice deep breath. One more here. And after that last breath, you can just cross your legs or lie back down with your arms long by your side, legs out long as well. You're going to close your eyes here, let your arms relax wherever it feels best. Take a nice deep inhale, again letting your body fill with air, rib cage expand. And exhale, feel all the tension from your body start to release with your breath. Another deep breath. And exhale, emptying your mind. One more. And exhale, feeling your body melt a little deeper over that mat. And once you're done, you can open your eyes. This is our Friday flow using ankle weights, and I hope you guys have a nice day.